Okay, so before using the trim tool assembly for 11, the height of the cutting blade must be set to the proper specification. The proper specification is that the cylinder bore liner flange must be flush to plus 0.02 millimeters above the block deck surface. The proper specification is that the cylinder bore liner flange, so this has to be 0.22 millimeters above the block deck surface. Okay. The groove size of the set gauge ring 412 should be positioned upwards on a flat surface. 1. So let's see this tool here. This is this tool. My goodness gracious. All the rust. Okay. Damn, that rust is kind of bad. Okay. Crap. Ensure that the set gauge ring 412 surfaces are clean. They're not clean at all. Ah, god damn it. This is what happens when you buy tools on eBay. Wow, this one is really... Sometimes they come in not that great condition. But that's the trade-off, you know? eBay tools, you're not paying premium prices. So you kind of have to deal with this type of stuff. I mean, there definitely is rust on the tool. I don't know if I'm assuming this has to be flat. Truly flat. Okay, carefully position the trim tool assembly onto the set gauge ring. Okay, so let's put it on here. Set this over here. Okay. Oh. Okay. My goodness, this has even more rust on it. Fudge. I mean, it looks new. Like it hasn't been used. The blades look absolutely fresh. Sharp. But it's just been sitting. Okay. So we position this on top of here. Okay, so it's sat. Oh yeah, you see this right here, this circle sits inside. Very good. So then what do we do? Carefully position the trim tool assembly onto the set gauge ring. Loosen the shaft collar screw to the shaft collar. So it's going to be this guy. Man, this tool is kind of crusty. So let's loosen this guy. I think it comes with the Allen key. Might be this one. Again, another crusty tool. Yep, that's it. Fudge. Gotta use gravity here, huh? There you go. Okay. It's loose. Loosen the shaft collar screw. So that's what we did, number 2. And it's saying to put the 1 on top. So here's the 1. Okay. Push the shaft collar downward using the trim tool preloader. Push the shaft collar 2. Okay. Push the shaft collar downward. So this is the collar. So push it downward. It just fell, you know. Once you loosen this thing, it just gravity pulls it down. Using the trim tool preloader 1 until the shaft collar is positioned against the top of the flange bearing 3. Okay, so the flange bearing, this gold, in this case, this is the bearing, so it's sitting on top. Right. Once this procedure is done, it is not necessary to reset the trim tool until the blades are worn or damaged. Apply downward pressure on the collar That's what I don't understand. I mean, I guess let's just say it's just to put some rotating power. I mean, I'm sorry, to hold it down. But it doesn't make sense. What is this tool called? The trim tool preloader. Trim tool preloader. But definitely, I did feel some pressure when I pushed down. I think the little rod in there pushed down as well. So now you see there's a section here that's kind of exposed. Now if we kind of turn this, you can kind of see what's happening. So there's like a groove here. What does that groove touch? Oh, I think it touches, it makes space for the blade. And then gravity, well, the preloader pushes it down to a certain amount. Yeah, I don't understand it that well. But from the side, you could see that in this position, there's a little play here. There's still a little play here, you know? I guess when gravity pulls it, I mean, let's see, if I lift it up, put this ring, no, it falls, you know? I don't know what's making contact. If the blades are making contact, oh, you see here's a blade. That blade. Maybe this blade here is making contact with this. No, maybe not. It doesn't make sense because, oh, maybe that blade is here? Or it's just this making contact with the what is this called, the height of the cutting blades must be set to the proper specification. The proper specification is that the cylinder bore liner flange must be flushed. The groove side of the set gauge ring should be positioned upwards on the flat surface. Yeah. The gauge ring. Interesting. Sorry guys, I can't. This is where my mental faculties will fail me. Okay, so let's move on and trust that this is done correctly. Okay, so step 10. Place the trim tool assembly onto the cylinder to be trimmed with the directional arrow 1 pointing in line with the crankshaft. So right here there's a directional arrow pointing in line with the crankshaft. Yeah, the front. No. One has to be pointing. Yeah, it says here, front of engine. Install the 4 bolts onto the hole, tighten to 20 or 15 foot-pounds. Okay. So, put this here. Front of engine, and this indeed is the front of the engine, because the torque, the casing of the starter goes here, and the bell housing of the transmission goes here. That's why the big to make room for the torque converter. Now we need to install the bolts to 15. These bolts as well are crusty. Crusty musty. Jesus Christ, these are crusty. Now, what size these bolts are? Very good question. I don't know. Oh, they're going to be the same size as the head studs. So, what is it? Thread pitch of 2.0? 11 2.0? Should sandblast these or something. Okay. So this 15, and it's also going to be 15 foot-pounds. All right. I really gotta clean these threads. They have rust in them now. I did get a, what do you call these? Thread, wow. Oh shoot, I forgot. I gotta put the protector, the cover. I mean the foam. Sorry about that. Forgot. Let's put the foam. You can see the humidity. It's raining here, so it's kind of humid right now. Normally California is very warm. Alright, so let's put this guy in there. very nicely. Oops. Oh, he slipped. It says 3 millimeters. That's where this guy comes into. 3 millimeters, huh? So we can lock this. Oh, it's locked. Push it down a bit. Push it down. Push it down. It's pretty much 3. Okay. Cool. All right. Now you put this guy. This one's still kind of hard to put in. What's the odds that it's the same screw? It's not nice. Okay, 15 millimeters. 15, need a 15